Oh, that works.
It's working.
Room is cooperating today. Gosh,
Tells us to help.
doesn't want us to leave.
Right, finally.
Oh, really? Where?
Did you? Yeah. Sure.
I did too, a little bit of Rochester.
Northeast. By Rochester, a little bit east of Rochester.
Okay, yeah, I saw it was looking a little dark there.
Nobody's met.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Now call this board meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Ravenhorst, will you please take roll?
Yes, all board members are present.
Is there any new business to bring before the board? Hearing none, I would seek a motion for approval of the agenda.
Second.
Ooh, I have a motion by Mr. Welch and a second by Mr. Geist.
Yeah.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Next item on the agenda is consent agenda items 5A through D. Is there any item any board member would like removed to discuss separately? Okay, hearing none, I would seek a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Geist and a second by Ms. Cook. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Next item on the agenda, we can skip down to item 8. Aim 3, effective and efficient operations, and we're discussing the meal prices for the year before school starts. This is just an annual approval. We usually go with the MDE rate. So is there any discussion or questions?
Please don't forgo.
I think it's just a quarter. Do you know how much?
It's not a significant increase.
No, I think it's just a quarter, but I don't know last year's off the top of my head.
These are the minimum that the Department of Ed will allow us to do.
Yeah, we can't do less, we can go higher.
I was expecting higher. Where you eat lunch for $5.30.
Right, and the thing is it's, yeah, just if an adult comes, because the students all eat free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there any other questions? Okay, hearing none, I would seek a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Kiefer and a second by Mr. Welch. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Next item on the agenda would be 8B, and this is the new rates for the Minnesota State High School League, and the only change is,
Sorry. I'm just thinking, why is it, do you need two motions? For the two different, you see what I mean?
Oh, they just put it as A and B instead of,
So it's just the one, right? I mean, it should be one motion for A and B rather than, because I'm,
right?
like,
Well, we'll still do two just because they're different,
I'm
yeah.
sure I'm.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that,
No.
just a question with the minutes. Okay, so the only thing that changed is seniors went from $1 to free. Otherwise, the other rates stayed the same, so it's good to be a senior citizen, right? So is there any questions or discussion? Okay, hearing none, I would seek a motion.
So
Second. I have a motion by Mr. Lauman and a second by Mr. Geist. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Motion carries 7-0. We'll go down to 9, board committee updates, which I was told that none of our committees have met, being it's summer, so unless somebody has something to add, but otherwise we can hop down to the superintendent's report.
Okay, we do have the updated student counts as of the 19th of August. Not a lot of change from last month, but some of them have gone up or down slightly. You know that instead of 112 on kindergarten, we've got 113. So there's been just slight movement in and out. But that's kind of where we're at on that one. I've got a number of other things that just kind of are awareness items for you more than anything on the report. First one is that this will be the last night that we meet in this location. The table and chairs and all that stuff is already out of my office, so we'll be moving this stuff down there next week. We do have folks lined up to reinstall the microphones, the computer, the camera, all of that stuff in that office. We think it's gonna work just fine, and we should have it ready to roll by the 14th of September. So just plan on a different location there. That's gonna work out just fine.
And I was just gonna say, what Mr. Johnson and I did talk, like, if there was ever a meeting where we thought there would be a large crowd or population, you know, we would stick with what we've done in the past and just go to the cafeteria. Post it in advance if we can, and if not, move if we need to, so.
The next one on the list is listed as thought exchange. This, if you're a parent, you may have seen a link sent out, or if you look at our school's Facebook, I put it out on there as well. This is something that comes through the Association of School Administrators and being part of their Great Start cohort. And this is basically a kind of a different format as far as a way to gather input from the community. There's really one question on the survey, and that is, what do you think is important for the new superintendent to know so he can best serve the Stewartville schools? And what's different is you can add your thoughts, but you also have a chance then to rate everybody else's thoughts. And so it'll help, so you rank them no stars if you just leave it alone, or 1 to 5 stars. And so we'll get a sense of what folks think are some of the most important based on that. Of course, part of what this company does, they actually use some AI to slice and dice the data and all of that kind of stuff. So we should get some interesting reports out of it. You know, you can about imagine there are people concerned about communication, people concerned about visibility in the community, some with student discipline, and just really a wide variety of things that people are reporting. But I will share it with you. It's scheduled to be open until September 18th. The numbers on this on the report are actually a little bit behind the times. That was on Friday. We had 400, we're up over 500 responses now. Really, most of them are parents, but we've got about 100 staff members who've responded as well at this point. So my hope is that we get those numbers to grow so we can really get a good cross-section of people's thoughts in the community. And I think it's going to be very interesting for us to take a look at the numbers when they finally do come in. Next on the list, update on the Bonner Doors and Windows project. Our construction company is not going to be able to get that done before the school year starts. And so we decided that we're basically going to table it. We are the first on their list for as soon as school is out next year. But in talking with Zane over there, it just is too disruptive to be pulling windows out, putting them in. We certainly didn't want to have our staff over there be very uncomfortable, just based on the noise and all of those kind of things. And so Josh and I got together and kind of decided that maybe it'd be best if we could just wait on this one rather than do it when we have kids in the building. It just would cause too much disruption. And so we will be first on the list though next summer. And so we're going to store the windows over the course of the school year. Josh has a space picked out for that. And so we'll look forward to when they do get put in, and the timeline should work out a little bit better for next year. The Minnesota School Boards Association, as part of the contract that you signed to do the superintendent search, there is an opportunity for them to come back to do a little bit of training as far as superintendent evaluation and also some goal setting. Amy Jordan sent out the list of dates that were appropriate, or that were available, I should say, rather than appropriate. The one where most board members could be there is October 20th at 7 o'clock. And so, you know, I did go ahead and book her for that night because most people could be there that evening. And
The 20th or the 10th?
It was the 20th.
Okay. That's good.
But we are scheduled for 7 o'clock PM that night. I would anticipate it's gonna probably take a couple hours. But it sounds like it's gonna be a very interesting process. And then the last piece I would report on is something that amongst the superintendents, there's been a lot of talk about this. But in November, there will be an amendment on the ballot to change the way that we distribute funds from the trust for public lands, school and public lands money. So the deal is it's a constitutional amendment. It'll be on the ballot in November. This fund was actually established in the mid-1800s as a way to fund all public schools. A lot of the land in the southern part of the state apparently has been sold off, but there are still millions of acres, most of them in the kind of north of the cities and in that area, not the very far north, but kind of up in the northern region of the state. The money comes in based on lease rights, mineral rights, selling timber, some of those kind of things. But the fund has gone from a number of years ago, 675 million, and it's kind of ballooned up to $2.3 billion at this point. And so what I included in the report the exact language of the question on the ballot, but essentially they've been paying out 2 to 2.5% of that every year by the Constitution, and this is going to change it to 4.5%. The biggest positives about this are that it's increasing the amount of funding available to public schools without increasing anybody's income tax or increasing anybody's property tax. You know, so that is I think it's a very positive thing. And certainly we need to have some conversations and hopefully get people to the point where they're aware of that this is even happening. Interesting to me, at least coming from outside of the state, is that the way that the law reads is that to amend the Constitution, you've got to have a certain percentage of yes votes. And so if yes votes of eligible voters, and so the deal is if you leave that one blank, it counts as a no. So sometimes people feel like if they don't know the two candidates, they just decide, I'm not informed enough to vote. That's actually a no vote in a constitutional amendment in this state. And so we would certainly want to get the word out and help people to understand what this is. You know, I'll be working on getting our staff to understand it. We know that people are going to say, hey, what's the deal with this? You know, friends and neighbors, that kind of stuff. They're much more likely to ask their neighbors about those kind of things than anyone else. So we will try to inform the public about it. And I guess this is the first stage, is letting you all know that this is coming. There will be a lot of information, I'm sure, coming from the School Boards Association, from the Association of School Administrators as well. And I'll be providing updates on that throughout the course of the year. But I guess one thing that didn't make the list that I feel like I should report to you as well is that we got our full staff together today. And it was a fun day. It was really cool to just hear that group of people come together. And of course, whenever there's a group of people who like each other but haven't seen each other for a long time, there's quite a roar. There's a lot of laughter in the cafeteria when they're having breakfast, and I did have the privilege to meet with them for about 40 minutes this morning and kind of share some of my thoughts as far as kind of how I would like to see things go as far as my personal philosophy of the way things ought to work in schools. And had an opportunity after that to talk to a number of staff members in the hallway, and those were fun conversations. But obviously, there's a lot of people to learn what their names are and all of that. But I'm working on it, and in my book today was it was a great day to have staff back. So pretty excited about that.
Great, it's exciting. Kick off the year.
For the constitutional amendment too, they're on MSBA's website, there's videos and stuff if you want to share them out. As school board members, we can't tell people to vote yes.
Right.
Yes.
You can't advocate one way or the
No,
other.
but we can share out what it is and that it wouldn't increase their taxes at all. For us, I think it would be about 60,000. I mean, it's based on enrollment, but about $60,000. Is that maybe a little bit more?
I believe last year we had about 140,000.
It would be
from
like
this
a
fund.
$60,000 increase,
Yeah.
or a little bit, I mean, depending upon,
Yeah.
student enrollment. So without increasing
Taxes.
taxes. So, but yes, if they don't
Yep.
answer it, it's a no.
Does MSBA have like a one sheet on it?
Yeah.
Yes, there's all kinds of
Just-
resources,
Just,
on the website, but there's like, yes, a one pager, there's videos, there's all kinds of stuff out there.
I'll certainly send a
That's-
few links out via
yeah.
email.
Well, I
Yeah,
was just
that's
thinking,
factual, that's not vote yes or no, it's just.
right,
fact.
right. Well, I was just thinking that every year, the chamber puts on the town hall meeting for the candidates.
Yeah.
If we reached out to them and said, could we have like 5-10 minutes right at the beginning to explain this is gonna be on
Oh,
the
the
ballot?
forum.
Yeah,
Yeah, the forum,
I
yeah.
think if you could, because that gets streamed, it used to.
Mhm,
And
yeah,
that would be the best opportunity to get people that are actually voting for something. And you would just use it as an educational piece rather. than-
Yeah, any way that we can share it out.
And that's what I was saying, if we could have some of those one sheets ready or,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Do that.
well, we all can start sharing, like you
Well,
said, the videos and the sheets, and I always just title mine, be informed, just
Yep.
know what you're voting for.
Well, and I think that's the
Tell 'em
biggest thing,
either
right,
way.
is, because otherwise they're gonna get to it on the ballot and what is this? It's just really more like, just so they know what it is.
Well, and I'm guilty of doing what Mr. Johnson says, if you don't know,
Well, I mean,
leaving it blank, and
Yeah.
that's
You don't
just not what
understand it,
you
you
wanna
don't
do
vote
in
for
this
it.
case. Yeah, okay. Okay, great, thank you for sharing that, that's great. And then as hopefully the word spreads in the next couple months, it will get voted.
Any way we can get more people
Yeah,
out.
right, without affecting people's taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Johnson? No, okay, thank you for that. All right, the next item on the agenda is adjournment. I would seek a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Kiefer and a second by Ms. Cook. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Meeting is adjourned at 7:16 p.m. Please stay for a picture.
Oh, she got that in there already, yeah.
She did.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.